I love the pre-ban on the Wusa, to be honest. I think it's still one of the most underrated units. A lot of the top players still using it. Shout out to El Nemo, which is a bruiser player like you, Dragon Knight player that uses Wusa a lot, and even Vanessa still. So we see the Masha coming in with a more Chungpung on the other side. A lot of interesting turn one units. Let's see if we see speed lead right here. What do you love right now paired up with that Chung?
Shizuka. That's what we like to see. No matter what, the Shizuka's got to hit the field. I think this is a unit that you can't let your opponent take. If you know your opponent uses Shizuka, just take the Shizuka. It's going to work out for you. Chungpung Connell, great draft, but a very, very confident Cigar and Escher being drafted there.
He's been used to this. I think also with the Abellio hitting the table, this will probably warrant a Gani. Oh, he brings in the Leo. Leo, an interesting change. I'm still very, very motivated to see a Ganymede right here. Very strong against the two water units against the Chungpung. The only problem is that the Leo hit in the field. Playing with a turn one like this, you probably want to remove it, but then the Cardinal becomes a big problem. What do you think about that, Stoic?
I'm a big fan of the Gani. I think if we do see the Gani hit the field, I think Gani's still extremely impactful, especially with the draft with H.FROG here. Ganymede against no immunity. Well, you know what? Oliver's almost playing that exact same role, minus the
exactly. The reset does the same thing, just
reset
a
and attack reduction. Yeah, exactly. And I guess he really wanted the speed lead just to confirm that he should be going turn one, but I think that says the Leo gets banned out anyways, so.
Yeah, somehow I'm very afraid of that Cardinal. You know, I wanted a very safe kind of turn one comp, but since he showed that, he has to remove the Leo from the field. Can he get a very strong turn one? The units are very well speed tuned, so he doesn't get cut. He can even use the strip with the S here and then move into reset, and that's what he does, but fails. Not enough accuracy, my friend.
Yeah, that's really rough, and I think he's got to stay into that Chungpung as well. Make sure he lands that. He does, gets the provoke as well. If he just capitalizes on it, can remove this unit from the field. No defense break. That would have been a dead Chungpung right here. And with the multiple resets that he has, I think he's able to lock down H.FROG here and control that Shizuka.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that this Shizuka can come in and change the whole match because she will still have the immunity on and won't get reset by the Oliver.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're going to see... I mean, I was going to say, Shizuka should still be doing that third skill. Folks are coming out there. Oh, and it's the worst. No, obviously beneficial to H.FROG, but Shizuka feels very much like a Wusa with that the additional turn, able to get that cooldown less on that third skill because it just feels like that third skill pops out so often. But it's a great violent proc for H.FROG to help get the cooldown off of his third. But that's a very dangerous proc for AJ to have to put up with.
I love that. The res on the Chungpung is very, very key, but the Cardinal pick is super strong right here because you have two wind units. If he gets rid of them, two water units can take care of Masha late. So any second that this Chungpung stays on the field means that he whittles down at that team, and the only sustain is Escher, and Escher is pretty short, and she resists the attack bar reduction. Here comes Cardinal. He can even skill 2 into skill 3. Oh, another proc to seal it up. Can he get rid of this Escher right now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know if you noticed it again, but Chungpung there on Despair. It doesn't really matter now that he's removed from the field, though. But those are really, really impactful Despair stunts that he was pulling off onto the field here. And I think we've got a great opportunity to take a unit out. Goes for the dismount on the Masha, which I think is a good decision. Still remove that defense break from the field. That's pretty big.
Isn't it greedy, though? He let the Escher stay alive. If he doesn't, if he doesn't provoke, I was gonna say he was gonna pay dearly for that, but gets the provoke, brings back the Chongas, but not with a, imagine, the nerf is so powerful that he would have had skill 3 right now, right, Stoic?
Yep, that's right. I mean, it's so tough. It's so tough right now for AJ because he's definitely going to be down 2 units very, very quickly. Because we know for a fact this is not a violent Escher, so we're not going to see a violent Escher pop out, get a big heal, save his team here. That's just not what's happening. We need to see a couple of violent procs come out of this Masha, and that's not at all that we see. So he's got to take lives right now. So if Escher's going to die, he's got to take it. That, in my opinion, was a little greedy, but Connell
very greedy. Again, He might pay for it. I kind of hope. Oh, he didn't get it. I kind of hoped he paid for it because he's been very, very greedy. He can get a kill right now, but the Masha. No!
Oh, man.
Oh,
that's a lot of additional turns coming out here for H.FROG.
Kill him.
So even if H.FROG does like play things right, you know, and I think he definitely played fine here. It's really, really tough to come back from all those additional turns coming out of H.FROG. So very, very tough game. A little bit one-sided, but it is what it is. We've seen this plenty of times here in SWC.
Yeah, that one definitely got away from him. I still really like the draft, the way that he played. On the other side, very greedy from H.FROG right here. Maybe if he continues to play like that, we'll see that AJ understands, you know what, my draft was solid, was consistent, I played well, escaped from me. You know, I didn't get a little bit of luck in there, but it's going to be an interesting match too. If the Oliver keeps proccing until the end of days, he might be able to solo this.
He's whittling him down.
It's about time, to be honest with you.
Oh no!
He's still coming
Lansing,
back.
though,
I mean,
Lansing, kill the Shizuka.
The game owes AJ so much right now.
No, but go for the Shizuka now, my friend. Now you have to go for the
Absorb?
Yes,
Yep,
and kill the
great.
Shizuka.
He has to stay on the Shizuka. Keep that thing
Yes.
back. He
Oh
needs
my
to
God!
make the
Wait,
right decisions and additional
Shizuka,
turns
don't go on
here.
the Abelio. Yes, he played it right.
Wait a minute.
Get the kill.
He did. He did. He
Get the
needs
kill.
to.
He
Wait a
Oh
minute.
my God! Is he
AJ.
so He deserves it.
AJ still trying to hold on.
Don't quit.
AJ deserves
Dude,
so
he crit-
much right now. He needs the attack bar pushback. Get it. Additional turn popping out here. He needs one more shot. It's over. Oh, I am so happy for AJ right now.
The RNG gods made it back. AJ, you deserve this. You drafted very well.
Done.
You played it right, and the greediness,
Earned.
Stoic, he paid for it.
Man. Yep. That's it, dude. That's what it came down to. We saw greed, but we also saw additional turns out there. And it's so much wrong happened to AJ, but so much right happened at the very end. You love to see it, dude. Love to see it.
Okay, I just want to say to anyone talking about violent in the chat, the H.FROG proc like 7 turns in advance, so all the Oliver procs were due, my friend. You can't complain about those procs.
It was on the other side.
When you
and
get
so
that
much of it was
advantage
just
early
attack
on.
or absorb. There was only like one or two. I could count the number of procs with like 3 fingers for that Oliver. It was mostly just attack bar absorption.
Yep, exactly. H.FROG, honestly, had that one due to violent procs, had it lost due to some poor decisions that were made, and the game owed that to AJ. AJ
he
came
took it
back. And got that win. I'm very happy for AJ because honestly, not a lot of players come back from that amount of violent procs. And I give all the credit to world to AJ for not quitting out, because that bottom left option, that is always there. And he did not let the tilt get over him. And he came back into a victory.
You're so right, because it would have been so easy to give up once Oliver was the only unit remaining, but he knew he had a chance, because that's the thing. He saw this line. He was like, if I can just absorb enough attack bar to incrementally damage them, we'll be good. Take it away for the next match, guys.
You know who's probably smiling in chat? The luckiest Summoner's War player of all time. Say hi if you're there. Everyone send love to Why, 'cause I'm a G, because he's seeing that, you know? Seeing the luck come back right there.
Love you, Pat.
Very strong comp now on the side.
You want to know
of
what's happening right now, Seppi? I think H.FROG's trying to play to the crowd now. He's trying to play to the crowd, and he's bringing out the Veramos. So Veramos is in the
called
field
the
now.
Tiana today. Did you see that?
Oh, you are right.
It's coming out.
Yeah, Tiana's out as well. We'll see what we've got. A Sean there as a last pick here, so there are some LD Nat 5s out there. When we saw very non-LD 5s being drafted in their most picks here, so the fact that he had a Neftis is actually very surprising. That was not in a most picked. I think this is a phenomenal unit. I also think Sean's a phenomenal unit as well. I give a lot of credit right now to AJ's team. I think AJ's got great synergy. I think he's got awesome sustain. I think Riley's definitely going to be a problem for H.FROG here. But again, Wusa, it's a very, very troublesome unit, especially when you don't have anything to beneficial effect remove.
I don't love that ban. I would have banned the Wusa any time of the day, and I'm glad that we got 2 picks already. The Tiana's out, the Veramos is out against the Neftis. So H.FROG's draft, very solid. Let's see how AJ does against this Wusa right now. The speed is favoring him, but if he does anything and puts it on Veramos, he's just going to give a tech bar for free. So it will all come down to kind of the battle of, does Wusa get out of immunity because of this bird rotating, you know, turn so much? Is that going to be a negative in the end? I'm kind of hoping to see that not, because it's a very safe draft.
Yeah, I feel like this can't be a triple revenge vertiheal. I want to say this is a violent one, because it clearly wasn't a swift one. So it being on violent means it's going to be taking a lot of, or potentially taking a lot of turns, and then, you know, getting out of his shield and immunity that he got up for his team here. So obviously that's not using boost to its full potential when you're just cycling out of your shields and immunity already. But I do think the draft is a little safe here, and I think vertiheal is definitely going to be a problem for AJ with all the turn cycle he's going to be doing here. But I am expecting a window of opportunity here, because there is a lot of defense breaks, and I think this Fire Monkey King can provide a ton of damage.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Stoic. I think that like you talked about, the window of opportunity is probably when Nefties manages to land a Death Break, and then the Fire Monkey King has the skill too. That's going to be the thing. But right now, those stuns, very, very clutch. The Wusa already has immunity. So once that vertiheal goes, and it is on revenge, at least one set of it, he might be able to save this Chungpong right now. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Kinky is bringing a ton of damage to this field. I really like this combination with Riley. Riley's going to be keeping everyone not just really, really healthy, but attack buffed here. Oh, Lee, Despair stuns. You know, we knew this unit was on Despair before, but if you missed it then, you got it now. There's 3 Despair stuns coming up from that Chungpong.
Oh my goodness.
If no proc happens here, this monkey's going to go bye-bye, and that is the one monster that could turn it around. With the protection from Wusa and no beneficial effect removal, I don't see this Kinky doing a lot. The Wusa was an amazing pick, and the Chungpong triple stun, super key, but very, very strong draft from the side of H.FROG this time. He said, last one, I went a little bit risky, you know, was a little bit greedy. This time, I'm going to play it safe. Bird, bunch of sustain, protection from Wusa, and sorry, Wusa was the ban, my friend.
Yeah, Wusa was definitely a ban. It's just such an impactful unit there, especially when it was able to violent proc and get its third up in no time. There's just nothing you can do about it. Great victory there for H.FROG.
Oh, yeah.
Exciting. Two kind of interesting matches. The first one, down to the wire. This one, domination. Third one, what do you guys expect? Starting with Evan, what would you like to see to recover from this win from AJ?
Well, I don't have like a specific set of units in mind that I'd like to see from AJ following that. What I would like to see him do is just kind of learn from that previous pick ban. Like you were talking about, Seppi, like he was looking for that window of opportunity, right? But he didn't bring a lot of units to open the window. Like he was just waiting. That was kind of the plan. And we saw the damage from Kinky. If Nefty's got the defense breakout and Kinky got a turn with the skill 2, or the Monkey got a turn with skill 2, he was going to be able to take out a unit or the whole team. But like there was no way to facilitate that combo. So if he picks something that's like a hybrid where it's like, I want something to be a little more aggressive, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, going back to game 1, and Stoic, very interesting. H.FROG is treating Wusa as the strongest unit in the game. He's either pre-banning it or picking it.
Yep, that's right. I mean, Wusa getting the ban, vertiheal getting the ban. The vertiheal definitely signals going to be drafting AoE, and there we have it. We've got Water Ryu more. We've got Saga coming in there. He doesn't want to see the vertiheal able to, revenge off of anything that he's going to be trying to do. I think his last pick still is going to be another AoE unit, probably. Oh, the Connell already got taken here. Oliver's still on the table, so we could potentially see an Oliver. And every time I see a Leo draft with the turn 1 team like AJ's trying to bring here, I think of Leo already getting banned out here. And I think H.FROG has to sit here thinking, Leo's banned, what do I bring to devastate?
Oh my god, I love that last pick instead of Oliver. It's a must ban, and to be completely honest, I feel safer with this draft than game 1 that he won down to the wire. I know that the Oliver was the one that soloed at the end, but the Moore is going to be mighty powerful if he gets stripped on the Shizuka. Oh, and he did.
And not just that alone, though. He also set the tone way better. His Escher went with the skill 3 and missed everything. And this time he went with the skill 2, and then the Moore, of course, landed true. We're seeing provokes across the field right now. We're seeing a Chungpong pretty much almost off the field already. He was able to get a Despair Stun on top of the Cigar, which is very, very lucky for H.FROG here.
The thing is that
I think the stat is
Abellio. Yeah, the Abellio, my friend. He tries to get the block heal, but he doesn't get it, and the Abellio was very risky. Yeah, very, very risky. You know what's the worst case scenario? Actually, is if the Shizuka procs right now. Oh, she did it. Oh,
Don't
That
wish
would've
that
been
on him,
bad.
Seppi. Don't wish that on him.
I would have loved seeing that, you know, because it happens to me often. But the Masha can remove off the field right here. And the thing is that if the Shizuka brings back, oh, beautiful damage from the Moore super key. If the Shizuka, is he going to get greedy? I wouldn't, right? Okay.
I know.
Great.
Honestly, I think I would have got greedy too and used the water rune to set up that other kill and then just go for the defense break on something else. But I think AJ has time that he doesn't have to, you know, kind of get greedy like that.
Yeah, that stun though is super strong on the Escher because the Escher now can die and he is effectively dead, and it's a very important unit. What? Once again, a little bit of greed. Can you get a stun? No. Doesn't get a stun. A little bit of greed. The Escher will be removed from the field, and the Masha into these two water units doesn't really do a lot. If you kill the Sagar right here and the Escher, is going to be really difficult to get rid of those units.
Yeah, I also think Masha should have been using skills. It's 2 turns of immunity out there. He's not going to be landing a defense break, but we've got a violent Masha, and I think, see, he's not using the skills again. The skills, it's a multi-hit, would have dealt more damage. I think he has to use them. If he has them, he's got to use them.
Ah, that's a really good point, my friend. Right now, the Chungbun coming back with skill 3 and H.FROG with a very consistent draft. We called it. A lot of sustain. He went back to game 1, but this time didn't get as greedy as last time.